This is the Farms.com soybean report brought to you by Dow Seeds. Dow Seeds, leaders in customer-first technology.
Hi, I'm Loucas, a customer agronomist with Dow Seeds, and we're here at the Farm Show, and we're going to talk about how to look for diseases in your crop. It's 2016. We've had a really dry year, so there haven't been too many diseases, but the first one I wanted to talk about was Septoria brown spot. We've seen quite a bit of it. It's not a huge impactor of yield, but it is around. It's probably the most common one I've seen, and it's a soil-borne bacteria, splashes up from the soil when it rains, gets on the leaves, and I think this year, just with the droughty conditions, there's been more room in the canopy. We're starting to see it up or higher into the canopy. Doesn't take a huge yield hit on the plant, but doesn't really look pretty either. This is a fairly mild situation when you see these little brown specks all over the leaf, but I've seen some plants that have quite a few leaves that are covered with it. The other, obviously, the other big pest we have every summer is white mold, and this year it's actually been a really good year for white mold. We haven't had a lot of it, but there's some areas where when you get that 1-2 inch rain, the canopy was fairly full, and those white mold, the little sclerotias down in the soil, have sprouted or germinated, and they produce fungus, and it's gone up into the canopy. So normally we see big circles of white mold out in the crop where it generally starts with 1 or 2 plants and spreads throughout. It can spread from plant to plant. It's a fungus. It grows along the leaves, stems, mostly the stems, but and if stems touch each other, they get into the other plant. This year we're seeing kind of single plants out in the field. You just see a single dead plant, like this one here. You don't see that big pocket this year, but it is still there. I broke this one off. When you pull it out from the soil, this year, normally we would see white mold growing on the outside of the stem. You may see the stem broken open, some of those little black sclerotia inside, but this is pretty much all we're seeing, and I actually pre-cut one. When you get looking at the stems this year, there's not a lot of, normally we would see, hyphae growing up through the stem, maybe on the outside, sclerotia around there, those little black guys. But this year we're just seeing there's a little bit of hyphae growing in there. That's fungal hyphae. And that's about all. So I think just from the dry conditions this year, we don't have a lot of those little black sclerotias getting down in the soil. So anybody who's got history of white mold problems, that's going to be a good thing, because you're not going to have a new sclerotia load going down into your soil. So those little black sclerotia guys can last up to 7 years in your soil. So we're getting a reprieve this year. You're getting a year without increasing your numbers in your soil. So hopefully that'll be a good thing, and hopefully that'll decrease our white mold problems in the future. If you want some more information, you can look at our website, www.dowseeds.ca, or you can contact your agronomist or your sales rep, and we can get you some more information that way.
This has been the Farms.com soybean report brought to you by Dow Seeds. Dow Seeds, leaders in customer-first technology.